So today I want to talk about something that is not very easy to talk about and that I've been struggling with for many years, but especially this week, and that's mental health. Something that everybody's got their own journey with, that I've found many things that help with. But specifically this week I've been struggling. I've been smoking weed all day every day for as long as I can remember, bare minimum of 10 years, since high school, or 9 years. And then all through high school, every single day. Maybe not as much because I was in school, but every day. And about 6-7 days ago, I stopped cold turkey. I'm going in about a week with my little brother to Vietnam. We're going to go backpack and travel. And it's just not something I'm trying to fuck around with there. It's illegal on a level that I'm not trying to mess with. I'm not trying to ruin the trip for me. I'm especially not trying to ruin the trip for my little brother, as well as I'd like to get home to this, something that makes me so happy. And a little background on me, I have a disease, or I guess a disorder called convergence disorder, and your eyes, they have fusion. And the fusion is how well your eyes are able to work together to put together an image. When you shut one eye, things move to the side. When you shut the other eye, things move to the other side. So your eyes work together to get those two images. They put them together and they create this beautiful focused image. And my eyes have almost no fusion. They should be at 80 to 100, 80 bare minimum, and I'm at about dead 0 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at most on a good day. Which means that it takes me about 4 to 8 seconds just to turn the focus knob in my eyes and get something to focus. And my brain's reaction to my eyes not correctly working is to blink. And growing up, this was one of the toughest things, if not the toughest thing that I faced. You know, when you're blinking nonstop, and I mean nonstop, then, especially as a child, the way you get bullied is something I can't explain. The way people look at you, you feel broken. You feel lost, and you start to hate yourself, which I definitely did, and it caused severe depression, severe anxiety, suicidal thoughts, suicidal attempts. And it put me into a place that really fucked me up. And my freshman year in high school, I found weed for the first time, and I started smoking, and I realized for the first time in my life that my eyes stopped. They chilled out. I was no longer having the one thing that was the bane of my existence. And 6 days ago, I stopped smoking weed. I quit cold turkey because I really want to understand that I'm going to be okay without it when I go on this trip. And it's been by far the hardest week of my life, at least since high school, since getting the fuck bullied out of me, since seeing people not be able to look me in the eyes without laughing or judging, which I understand. It's, you only know what you know, and I can't blame people for their reactions. But it tore me apart. And this past week, it's started up again for the first time since I was 16 years old, 15 years old. I'm 26 now. And being somebody who has this platform, and my job is to talk to people and to give them a spotlight. And now I'm at a point where my eyes get so bad that I feel like a distraction to the podcast. I feel like I'm no longer helping, which is why I wear sunglasses, because I wear big sunglasses, because you can't see me blink. And I hate this, and I'll show you guys because I think it's important, and I think this is part of my job. But this is what it would look like without. And it sucks, and it tears my insides out. It hurts so bad mentally. It hurts physically. It is the most tiring thing in the world. Go sit for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and blink nonstop, and see how tiring that is, and then try that for 12 hours straight. I can't drive. Not well, at least, when it's bad. I won't go inside and talk to somebody without sunglasses on, and then everybody looks at me like a weirdo as if I'm trying to be a cool guy, when really I'm just so scared and sad and nervous about the situation that it's the only way I can talk to people is by blocking the one thing that I hate about myself the most. And this week has been such a whirlwind of emotion, and remembering how I felt when I was just bullied to a point that caused such severe anxiety, such severe depression and suicidal thoughts, and suicidal attempts. And it brings you back to a point where you think you've battled something, and then you realize the battle is ever going, and it's messed me up pretty bad, and I'm exhausted all the time. And I feel like a distraction to the podcast. And outside of just that, I've had this thing that's helped me cope for so long, mentally and physically. And now all these emotions come back. And I think there's many things that I haven't dealt with over the years because I've had this coping mechanism. And I don't know any other way to explain it than it's been the most grueling, sickening week of my life. And I've also had some of the biggest highs. I've got a sponsorship that is one of the most beautiful things I've had on people that will be best friends of mine now for the rest of my life, who I love. And all I can think about when I'm sitting with these people is how I'm such a fucking distraction because of it. And it sucks. And the mental games that I play with myself because of it have been so detrimental to my life and the pain that comes with it, let alone all the emotions that I probably haven't processed in the past few years, and the hatred that flares up in my body towards myself. I would consider myself a very patient person and a very understanding person, and it feels like all that just went out the door. Like, I'm just so upset with who I am like this that I don't have the ability to hold on to the things that I found most important, that I felt were my talents. It's hard to make music because that's all I'm thinking about is my eyes. And I don't know if this is going to help anybody else out there, but I do hope it does. I hope somebody can find solace in the situation that I'm going through, because I'm having a tough time with it. And whether that's just understanding that this is part of the human experience, everybody's got their own thing, or whatever it is, I hope that somebody can find something out of it, because it's been tearing me up. And I don't cry a lot, but this week has been so fucking tough for me. And I'm so looking forward to this trip, but I'm also so scared that I'm not going to be able to handle the situation due to this. And it scares me so much. And I feel like I finally found something that I was made for, that I was made to do, that I could help people. And I feel so fucking broken. I'm making this because I know one day I'm going to get to look back at this and understand those feelings from an outside perspective. But right now I'm in it, and it's so hard. And I think this is an important thing to talk about, because I think everybody in this industry, everybody in the arts, has some sort of battle that they're struggling with. And I maybe not just the arts. I think it's everybody. I think these past few years of being alone and locked inside and having to stop doing the things that we work so hard for has hurt so many people. And I hope that, if nothing else, people can understand that they're not alone in these situations, that everybody's going through something, whether they know it or not. And that feeling of going out and going to a party and going to meet people and trying to make a good first impression and make friends and has been so tough because all I can think about when I'm in this moment with such beautiful, amazing people is how fucking broken and distracting I am. And I can tell my family that I feel great. And I have times when I do feel great. This is not constant. The feelings, at least. I can tell myself that I feel great. But who am I fucking kidding? It's been terrible. It's been so tough. And it sucks because I've also had some of the greatest highs of my life this week. I've achieved things that I never thought I would be able to do in this short of a time with this podcast. And I never wanted to get on here and fucking cry and be a miserable fuck. But I think this is important. At least I hope it is. I hope I'm not wasting anybody's time. And I sat down with my producer a few days ago when I originally tried to do my solo, and every little thing pushed my head away. I couldn't keep my head straight. I couldn't forgive myself. And he sat me down and talked with me through it, and same with my girlfriend Elle, who's been such a massive support. And I feel like when I get into this place, as I think anybody can understand that's gone through a situation that makes you just despise yourself, that you lose control of a lot of the things that you find so close to you. And I feel like I become a shittier person. And I don't have the patience for the people that I love that deserve it. And I don't have an answer to any of this. You know, I have the things that help. I go to the mountains and I can find this peace for a minute where I know I'm alone and I know nobody's there to watch me, and hopefully I can forget about all the judgment I have on myself sometimes. And I've been running every morning just so I can get so much. I want to do something every morning that is so self-stress inducing that I know that every other situation throughout my day won't come near that. And I try. Normally that works pretty well, but I haven't found anything that's been able to take me away from this. Maybe I'm just up here bitching. Maybe I'm just out here feeling sorry for myself, which I don't mean to, but I can't get my head out of this. And I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. I'm doing everything I can, and it's all I think about. But it's not all I want to think about. I want to be able to be there when I'm sitting next to these people that are so incredible and so special to me, and be able to give them 100% of my attention. And I can't do that right now. I can't do my job. The one thing that I consider myself really fucking good at, I can't do. And I'm going to continue to search for answers. And if anybody out there has an answer that they think might help me, I would love to hear it. I've been meditating for the first time in a very long time, which just proves that it's something that you can't stop. It has to be continuous. I've been trying to give myself the patience that I would give somebody else who was in this situation, but it's so tough. And I'm going to get my shit together before every podcast and tell myself that I'm fucking fine and that I have to stop being a baby about this and give them the experience that they deserve. And I'm doing it. I'm making it happen, but it is so hard. And I'm going to get my shit together tonight, and I'm going to go to my buddy's house for dinner, and I'm going to be with a bunch of people and pretend that I'm okay. Because that's what I have to do. That's my job. But I look around, and you see all these happy people. You see somebody who's got their glasses on inside, and your first thought is, oh, wow, they're trying to be a cool guy. They think they're badass. When you don't really understand all the situations, and you never can without talking to somebody. And it's really given me a perspective shift. Stop and really be aware of how you're judging people based on first appearance, or somebody that you know so well. Maybe you don't know everything. Maybe there are questions that you can ask to help somebody. And I'm really, really working on that because it's so important. You could help somebody so much just by giving them a second before judging. And I'm not perfect. Everybody's got their times where they judge. And hopefully you can catch yourself in your tracks and pull it back. And that's what I'm working on. But it's not easy. And again, this is not me trying to tell anybody what to do, how to do it. I obviously don't have the answer right now. But it's something that I'm searching so fucking hard for. And it's just a reminder that even in some of the greatest times of your life, some of the greatest situations that happened, there's always this balance of negative and positive. And I'm sure in retrospect, I will find so much utility in this situation, so much use, and I'll grow from it. But being in it is fucking tough. And I'm so lucky that I have such a beautiful friend group, and I wish I was better at letting them know about my situation, and that's something I need to work on because I think it would be very helpful. But this is just my reminder to all of you. If you see a situation and you don't understand the situation, don't judge it. Investigate. Learn about the person. Ask questions. Be there for people because you never know who needs it. And everybody sees me as this very happy, smiley person, and I'm very good at acting like that. And a lot of times that's me. That's mostly me. But a lot of times it's not. I just hope that you guys can go through your day and give somebody a hug who needs it. And reach out to people and make sure they're okay because you never fucking know. I love what I do more than anything in the world. And I'm so lucky that I've got the community that's helped me build this. And I promise to every fucking one of you that I'm going to keep pushing and I'm going to figure this out. And then I'm going to be able to be there for other people too. And I hope that you can do the same because it'll make a huge difference. Thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry if this is not the episode that you were expecting. I promise we have some of the most amazing, beautiful guests that are coming out in the next few weeks. And I'm going to give you guys a rundown when I get back from Vietnam, and we'll have episodes until then and through it. But I appreciate you guys for giving me this opportunity. And if you're still listening, it means everything to me. I love you guys. And we got this. So let's push through. Love you.